Y'all know I had to do it. I had to do it because everybody's getting pregnant, which I love because babies are the biggest blessings. Really, no, really? Oh, Jesus Christ. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Elaine, and if you're new here, thank you for clicking on this video. And if you're already one of my Laney loves, then welcome back. Now for today's video, I wanted to talk about something that I feel a lot of women are not made aware of when they get pregnant, and that is postpartum hair loss. Now, before I start, I do want to give a quick disclaimer that I am by no means a professional dermatologist or hair specialist. So the tips that I'm going to be giving you today are things that I personally did that I believe really helped me out during my shedding season. So if you're interested in learning how I managed the amount of hair that I lost after having my son, then keep on watching. Tip number 1 is understand the problem, because ladies, if you don't even know what the problem is, how are you going to fix it? So let's talk about exactly what postpartum shedding is. On average, a person loses anywhere between 80 to 100 hairs a day, but this doesn't all happen at once, which is typically why you don't even notice, and it's really not a big deal. When you're pregnant, obviously there's an increase in hormones, and the culprit here, ladies, is estrogen. Estrogen keeps your hair in the growth phase throughout your pregnancy, which is why usually when you're pregnant, you get all these compliments about how full and luscious and shiny your hair is, and that is because you're holding on to all this extra hair. Sadly, after birth, as your hormones begin to regulate themselves again, not only do you start losing that 80 to 100 hairs that you did before, but you also start to shed all those pretty little locks that you were holding on to while you were pregnant. Now, when this happens, you can lose up to 400 hairs a day, and this looks so much more dramatic, and it can actually be very traumatizing if you have no idea what is happening to you. The good news is postpartum shedding doesn't happen to all women, so ladies, the best thing you can do for yourself is to talk to the other women in your family and find out if there's a history of major hair loss after birth. Tip number 2 is keep taking your prenatal vitamins. I know this may seem obvious for some people, but for others, like myself, I didn't think that it was important to keep taking the vitamins after I had my baby just because I wasn't taking vitamins before I got pregnant. But that is actually far from the truth. I don't know about you guys, but it is next to impossible for me to have a balanced diet, which is why you take prenatals during your pregnancy so that you and the baby can both have all the nutrients that you need. Now, these benefits do continue after giving birth, especially if you're breastfeeding. So having the extra vitamins in your system can help with your health overall. And as they say, healthy inside, healthy outside. Tip number 3 is eat well. And this is going to kind of piggyback off of tip number 2. As I said, it is very important to have a balanced and healthy diet, not only if you're breastfeeding, that's if you choose to, but also to aid your body get back to its best self, hair included. So incorporating a variety of fruits, vegetables, and healthy proteins can help your body do just that. Some foods that are said to help improve the health of your hair include dark leafy greens for the iron and vitamin C, sweet potatoes and carrots for the beta carotene, eggs for vitamin D, and some fish for the omega-3s and magnesium. 2 other important vitamins include zinc and biotin. Now, if you do follow a specific diet like vegan or pescatarian or any of those other super fancy diets that there are out there, what you can do is do some research and find out if there are substitutions that have the same health benefits. Alternatively, you can take supplements, but always check with your doctor before you do so, just to make sure that they are safe for you and baby, especially if you're breastfeeding. Tip number 4 is leave your hair alone, ladies. This is the most important tip that I have for you today. I know it may sound a little strange, but your scalp is the most vulnerable it's ever been in this period. So now is really not the time to be extra or try to be cute, okay? Whether your hair is natural or permed, you want to manipulate it as little as possible during the shedding season. Now, ladies, do keep in mind that the shedding season can start anywhere from 2 months postpartum and last up to 6 months postpartum. And a little side note is that if you do notice that you still have excessive shedding after 8 months postpartum, then it may be time to consult with your doctor and see if you can get a referral to a dermatologist if you don't already have one. Now, I didn't know anything about postpartum shedding until my sister was pregnant, and that was over 3 years ago. So when I found out that I was pregnant, I started doing my own research because I was not about to lose all the hair that I have been growing for the past 5 years. And I know a lot of you will feel the same way. In my shedding season, I had to completely change my hair regimen. So I usually wash my hair once a week, and then I'll do a quick style like a wash and go or a twist out. After I had my son, I started to wash my hair every 2 to 3 weeks, mostly 3 weeks to be honest. Because not only did I not have time for that, but I also wanted to avoid keeping my hands in my hair. Now, at one point, I had cornrows installed in my head, and I kept those babies in for about 3 months. And what I would do is bi-weekly, I would just rinse my scalp off and then massage it with an essential oil and add on a growth oil. And don't worry, ladies, I will be doing a video on my favorite natural hair products in the next 2 weeks or so, so look out for that. But anyways, the reason why I suggest changing your hair care regimen is because washing it means detangling it, which means pulling on it, which means keeping your hands in it. And all of these things can result in a lot of hair falling off. Now, you know, if I'm suggesting keeping your hands out of your hair, then that also means keeping tools out of it as well. So avoid straightening your hair. And if you are going to do a protective style, then do make sure that it is something that does not tug too hard on your scalp, especially on the edges of your hair, because that is typically where the most hair falls off. And you do not want to lose those edges, honey, because it ain't cute. Now, I think the biggest game changer for me after putting those cornrows in was getting myself a nice little wig, which I had in my first video. And if you haven't seen it already, then go back and watch it. I'll link it down below or up here in the cards, or is it up here? I will link it down below, okay? Now, the final tip I have for you guys is kind of an obvious one, so it'll be a little freebie that I'm gonna throw right in there for you, and that is drink lots of water. Now, I don't even really need to go into all the benefits of water. You just need to know that water is life. Also, your hair is like a garden, so water that garden, ladies, if you want to see those flowers bloom. That's all that I have for you guys today. Thank you so much for watching. If you haven't subscribed already, I don't know what you're waiting for, but it is for free, so just do it, okay? Also, if you enjoyed this video or found any value in it, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. And don't forget to turn on the notification bell so you are alerted when I've uploaded a new video. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.